So imagine you have someone at work who has some great strengths but also some weaknesses. For example, you see this person in meetings and he or she is great at communication, presentations, expressing their ideas and so on and so forth. However, when it comes to getting the job done, this person delays, procrastinates, and doesn't meet deadlines. When you watch this person in meetings, you feel like saying, wow, you're awesome, you're wonderful. But when you see that the deadlines are getting missed and the work is not getting done on time, you want to go and tell this person, you are terrible, you are miserable. But hold on, neither this kind of praise nor this kind of bashing is the right way to give feedback. In this video, I will share with you 3 tips which you can use while giving feedback to people, which they can actually use. So the first step is create a safe environment for giving feedback. Hold on, what do I mean by safe environment? Is there like a robber on the door with a gun in his hand? No. But psychologists who study human brain in a lot of detail would tell you that when you start telling people that they're doing something wrong or you're giving them a harsh feedback, their brain would start immediately reacting in the same way as if it's dealing with a threat. So the natural instincts of defense will kick in and they will start reacting exactly in the same way as if there is somebody with a gun in their hand at their doorstep. So it's very, very critical that you create a safe environment for people to receive feedback. Now, how do you create a safe environment? Well, one technique to do so is by asking yes questions. Hold on, what are yes questions? Well, let's say you go to a meeting and you observe this person and you want to give them positive or negative feedback. After the meeting, you can reach out to them and ask them like, let's talk about that meeting. Do you have a few minutes to talk? Or you can ask questions like, can we discuss about how that last meeting went? Or you can also ask questions like, I have some ideas on how to improve how you work, and would you like to listen? So these are the types of questions which most of the people will say yes to, and automatically you are offering them help. You are opening up the conversation in a way that they are saying, let's improve stuff, let's talk about this. So you are already creating that safe environment in which this person would be open to receive feedback. So the second tip is ensure that the feedback you are giving is aligned with the organizational values or competencies. Now, most companies have a very well-defined list of leadership and technical competencies, and when you prepare your feedback, you can link it to one of those competencies. As an example, a lot of organizations use the Lominger competency model. Some companies also use the SHRM competency model, which is an SHRM stands for Society of Human Resource Management. And the Lominger competency model is very well explained in a book called FYI, or For Your Improvement. And in this book, you can find out all the different competencies. I think there are 67 of those. And for each competency, it clearly defines what does it look like to be underskilled in a certain area, skilled in a certain area, and overskilled in a certain area. So for instance, if I were to use the example I was sharing with you at the beginning of this video, where the person I was talking about was great at presentation skills, but not very good at getting the work done, in that case, I will give them feedback on presentation skills from the Lominger model, where it's clearly defined, okay, this is skill, unskilled, and overused skill. And then for not getting the work done on time or not taking action on time, I would use the competency called action-oriented, where it's clearly defined, this is what it means to be underskilled, skilled, and overskilled in action orientation. So the third and the final tip is give real examples and use the context, action, and results framework for doing so. What do I mean by that? First of all, giving real examples is very important. There is no point in sharing, blanket statements with people that, oh, I think you are awesome, oh, I think you are terrible. There is no point in giving such a feedback because it's not useful. You need to be very specific. What is the context in which you are talking about? What was the specific action this person took and what were the results? So if I go back to my example of this person who is great at presentations and not so good at action orientation, I would tell him or her that your presentation skills are very good. And I am specifically talking about a meeting that we had with customer XYZ, where we were supposed to present our delivery plan for Project Alpha. I think this meeting was held in October of last year. I think your performance in that meeting was awesome. You were able to articulate the project plan very clearly and also handled customer questions extremely well. I think your strong presentation skills were clearly demonstrated in that meeting. As a result, the meeting boosted the customer XYZ's confidence in our ability to deliver this project, and I think you are one of the reasons why we got that project. So this is positive feedback. It's contextualized, it's talking about a specific situation, and it's recognizing the person's strengths, and it's also connecting it with a real business deliverable or objective that they achieved, which was in this case getting a project. And using the same framework, if I have to now give feedback to this person about their lack of action orientation, I would say this is regarding the time when we were working on project for company ABC, and we had to ensure that the portfolio analysis was required to be completed by the end of November last year. I think I should have clarified the importance of this deadline to you. Despite a number of reminders by the customer, you did not act on time and did not even alert the customer about the potential delays. As a result, we had our relationship with this customer impacted negatively, and we received a warning from them as well. Notice one subtle thing which is being done here. In the context, I'm saying I should have done a better job at clarifying these timelines to you. You are actually making sure that you are also, if possible, taking partly the responsibility of the action. This is a part of creating that safe environment I was talking about in tip number 1. Because if you push the whole responsibility to this person, then the defense mechanism will start kicking in, and you don't want that. You want this person to understand the situation, and you also want this person to take responsibility for future actions. And therefore, sometimes, not necessarily all the time, wherever it's feasible, try to take part of the blame as well, so that you are trying to make this other person feel comfortable as you are giving them feedback, which is not so good. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Keep watching, subscribe, learn, and apply these soft skills to your job and career. Good luck.